All right, just the way the people news, not attorney, not giving legal advice. Okay, he's here, say I'm here, say everybody's here, say do your own research. Okay, never look just straightforward. Always look around you, be able to protect yourself by any means necessary, which follows through with what? Of course, use the Second Amendment, arm yourself with knowledge. Okay, this is educational video. Okay, and anything I say is just my opinion, but I'm hearsay. So just take it with a grain of salt. Now you're going to see this video talking about magistrates, this, that, here, and there. So there's going to be a couple of spots I'm going to stop on. But I will still extend the Criminal Code 39 to what he's talking about. And you'll see what I'm talking about. But he's not going to bring up the Criminal Code 39. So let's go. And this is Texas, y'all.
Hey parents, I want to go over the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. And I really just want to go over Rule 7. But before we start with Rule 7, I think you guys need to know a little bit about the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. So a lot of us are in family court. And if you've been following me, I've been telling you guys that I have been filing my criminal complaints into my family civil court case. And a lot of people have told me, you can't do that, Mr. Saldana. We don't handle criminal complaints. We're a family district court. And so I want to address that issue. And there's something else that I found last night, and I think it's of importance, and I want to share it with you. If you go to the bottom of Rule 1, you'll see these rules shall be given a liberal construction. Well, we all know what construction is. We see it all the time in the cities that we live in. So the way they're supposed to build these rules shall be liberally. And if you're a pro se litigant, you know that your motions and your pleadings all should be construed liberally. Okay, so if we keep scrolling to Rule 2, you'll see that it says these rules shall govern the procedure in a justice, county, or district courts of the state of Texas. So these rules only apply to a justice court, a county court, and a district court in the state of Texas. Now, let's get to rule number 7. So if we scroll down to rule number 7, it says may appear by attorney. May appear by attorney. Any part to a suit may appear and prosecute or defend his rights therein, either in person or by an attorney of the court. Okay, let me reread that. Any party to a suit may appear and prosecute or defend his rights therein, either in person or by an attorney of the court. That's your basic constitutional right to represent yourself. So in our field, interference with child custody or perjury or aggravated perjury, some of those big issues that we have in these family courts that they're not admonishing, they're not doing anything about, they just simply tell you, hey, Mr. Saldana, there's nothing we can do. Well, to me, it looks like it's wrong. Again, this isn't legal advice. This is just me reading and comprehending. So what does the word prosecute mean? So let's go to prosecute. So we go to Cornell Law School, and we just want to talk about the word prosecute. In criminal law, prosecute means to initiate criminal proceedings against a person. In criminal law, prosecute means to initiate criminal proceedings against a person. So
now we have to stretch this out a little bit again. We got to think outside the box, right? So when they said against a person, okay, now Walmart, the whole branch all through the United States, is one person. The individual is the what we call people working inside that person, which while they're working in there, they're an individual person, but they're under still the same definition of that person. Okay, so I just want to be a little bit clear on that. This person thing is really a trickery of things that's gotten us so confused and lost and misled into some form of contract and all that, which I'm going to get further into here in a minute. Okay, but that point right there, that's the reason why you can sue Walmart and this, that, here, and there, because it's a person. Okay, And that I had to go as far as since government became a corporation, the whole government body is a person. Okay, so when they say you can't sue the state, well, you couldn't sue the government, but you can allegedly sue the person of the state right?
That's why I've been filing my criminal complaints into my civil family court case, because law enforcement and the district attorney's office won't allow me to make my criminal complaints of perjury, aggravated perjury, or interference with child custody. So that's going to take us where? To the Code of Criminal Procedure. If you go to the Code of Criminal Procedure, Chapter 2.05, look it up. Code of Criminal Procedure 2.05. When a complaint is made, if the offense be a felony, he shall forthwith file the complaint with a magistrate of the county. Now, if it's a felony, it shall be forthwith. Now, perjury is not a felony. Aggravated perjury is a third-degree felony, and interference with child custody, a retention in violation of your court order or judgment, is a state jail felony. So all of these felony complaints, when law enforcement deny you, they're actually denying you your First Amendment right to bring your criminal complaint before a magistrate of the county. Forthwith meaning immediately. Now, your criminal complaint does have to abide by the state statute.
By the way, that's going to be also directly, right? Criminal Code 1415 to the magistrate 16.
On how to write a criminal complaint. You can find those in Chapter 15 and Chapter 45 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Now, magistrate of the county. Let's go to that one. What is a magistrate of the county? Who's a magistrate? Well, a lot of people don't know that, and I've been telling people that district court judges are magistrates. So if you scroll down to 2.09, who are magistrates? It'll start right here. The justices of the Supreme Court, that's a civil court. The justices of the Criminal Appeals, that's criminal court. The justices of the Court of Appeals, which again is another civil court, and the judges of the district court. Now, they do have other stipulations in which you can go through and you can look for. My case is in Harris County, and so my family court judge, and you can look up your court in the government code, and you can look up
We're going to pause right there, right? So every judge in the state of Texas is a magistrate, but you got the low magistrates and then you got the higher magistrates, okay? And again, y'all, people laugh at people by challenge jurisdiction of the court. Okay? Most people don't know when they're in court, they're actually speaking to a magistrate, not the judicial branch, but the administrative branch. And we say, yes, judge, yes, judge. Well, no, you got to challenge that. As we proceed forward today, are you acting as the judicial branch of a judge, or are you acting in the capacity of a magistrate administrative branch? Okay. Well, I'm in a magistrate. Well, they'll probably just say judge no matter what. Okay. Well, now you need to go back. Thank you. Now I'm going to go ahead and challenge us personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction. It has to have both. They mislead people. Some of these things are so frustrating. Okay. Anywho, I'm going to digress from that, but just for a clear indication, check your own states. This is Texas. Now, when you go on Microsoft, there's a little red line under magistrate. Microsoft does not recognize magistrate. Why? Because it's not really a legal thing, and it's not really a lawful thing. Magistrate's sole purpose was to kind of filter it out through the process to get to the judges, right? So they don't get so tied up. So they kind of created the magistrate to actually do the due process allegedly, right? The probable cause. But technically, constitutionally speaking, you're supposed to go actually see a judge. We have a right to see a judge, not a magistrate. Magistrate's not in the Constitution, y'all. Okay? Microsoft don't even recognize it. Why would the Constitution? All right, let's go.
Like mine is the 309th court. You can look it up and it'll tell you which cases that court gives preference to. So,
and let me correct that, because there is common law magistrates, but that was for the businesses. That did not apply to people. Okay, it was for contract laws and all this kind of stuff with the magistrates. Okay, so let me correct that. I was stuck in the mindset of criminal and who's a man or woman making a claim and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but there was a form of magistrate with any form of contract.
some of those courts might give preferences to criminal cases. Some may give preferences to family cases, and some of them just don't give any preferences. Now, preferences mean preferred. It doesn't say exclusive or only. So again, who are magistrates? The justices of the Supreme Court, justices of the Court of Appeals, or criminal appeals, and the Court of Appeals, and the judges of the District Court. Now, remember, guys, again, this isn't legal advice. I'm not trying to tell you how to do things. But when law enforcement doesn't allow you to make a criminal complaint in violation of a court order or judgment, and you have Texas Penal Code 2503, interference with child custody, a state jail felony, law enforcement won't take it, the DA won't take it. You have to remember that your family court case, that judge, if you're a district court judge, has exclusive jurisdiction over the order in which you are making that criminal complaint. So this is just one tip. If you go back again to Rule 7, any party to a suit may appear and prosecute or defend his rights. A lot of us are respondents. A lot of us are the ones they come after, right? We're on the defensive. We're defending our rights. But I want parents to start thinking about this word, prosecute. And I want you to think about it and tell me what you think in the comments below.
All righty. There you go. There's a little something there. I'm kind of outside the mindset right now, so I may goof this up a little bit. Now, cops get an affidavit filled out for probable cause to get a warrant. All right. Well, that's what you need to do, is go to the magistrate, fill out an affidavit, criminal complaint, and use the code 39 in Texas. Okay. And tell the magistrate you need to issue a warrant for the officer, or for this other judge, or for this attorney. But you want to make sure that you follow the guidelines and make sure everything's in there correctly, because you do not want to do this because you're going to be under penalty of perjury. Okay? So you want to be in honor, and if you're going to make a claim, make sure you write down the laws that, or the statutes or the codes that the officer or attorneys or whatever has broken. Okay? And make sure you have some type of record on this. Okay? That being said, they're still not going to take it, and you file another criminal complaint on that magistrate, right? You're going to keep following this. You need to bang it in their heads. Okay? And we're not going away. And this is how we restore our rights. You file a criminal complaint on that judge because what is it going on? Well, if we supposed to see some type of crime, are we supposed to call the cops and all that kind of stuff? And you know, don't people get in trouble for not telling on criminal affairs going on that you are a witness to, that you've seen? There you go. right? So they're not doing it. And they're liable too, just as well. Allegedly. All right. There we go again. If they find anything to do a proceeding on that a little further, the magistrate still issue with after that 24 hours of anybody finding that probable cause within 24 hours. They say 48 hours. They say 72 hours. So, if I remember correctly, it's 24 hours in Texas. Within 24 hours, they send it to the clerk. The clerk sends it to the grand jury, not the prosecutor and all that, and get that bill certified. Okay, and then the grand jury turns around and says, "Okay, go ahead and proceed forward on there." Okay, allegedly. All right, do your own research. I could be messing up somewhere. It's been a little bit. All right, this is We the People News. Bye, y'all.